In my video about galaxies a few days ago, I mentioned that one type, elliptical galaxies, often form after two galaxies collide. However, I never actually talked about the collision itself. That's because the topic has enough material to make up its own video, and that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. Now, before we get into these cosmic collisions, I would appreciate if you would like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay tuned for future content. Okay, so it turns out galaxies colliding aren't an instantaneous event. In fact, the process takes much, much longer, on the scale of billions of years. This mainly has to do with how large and complex these galaxies can get. Truth be told, not every collision is created equal. A small irregular galaxy can be seamlessly merged with a larger galaxy. But today, we're talking about collisions between large spiral galaxies. So, how does the process generally go? Well, it starts out when the supermassive black holes at each galaxy's center get really close to each other. Not quite colliding, but pretty close. Since we're talking about the things that pretty much hold the galaxies together, the gravity gets really wonky when we do this. The result is the galaxy's shapes getting extremely distorted, with some stars falling very close to the galactic center and others getting ejected altogether. This continues, albeit at a smaller scale, as the black holes get a bit further apart and the galaxy starts to stabilize a little. Then, the black holes get really close again, which messes things up. Only this time, they don't get quite as far as out. The process continues until the black holes actually merge into one mega black hole. This effectively merges the galaxies, so you could say that the merger is instantaneous. But keep in mind that by this point, stars have been blown out and colliding with each other for several billion years. And after the two black holes collide, all that needs to happen is for the outer spiral arms, which have been distorted in really weird ways during the collision, to merge with the rest of the galaxy. The end result is usually a large elliptical galaxy with no spiral arms and a relatively reddish tinge to it due to the amount of older stars that populate the galaxy. One more thing that happens. Star formation spikes, and it's not hard to see why. Gas clouds from different galaxies are colliding with each other, which causes them to collapse and form new stars. The process is very prolific, but in the process, it exhausts a huge amount of the remaining gas, which slows down star formation afterward. Okay, so what is an example of a collision that might happen? Well, there are many ongoing mergers in many different stages, but the one I'm interested about isn't happening now. It's happening in the future. That's right, it's the merger between the Milky Way and Andromeda that I teased about in my last video. Since the local group is gravitationally bound, Andromeda is one of the few galaxies that is showing a blue shift. That is, it's getting closer to us. In about 4 billion years, the galaxy's outer disks will come in contact with each other, and it'll take another 4 billion years for the black holes to merge and the resulting galaxy to stabilize. That galaxy, named Milkomeda for obvious reasons, is expected to be a large and red elliptical galaxy. In the very distant future, all of the remaining irregular galaxies in the local group will merge with Milkomeda, creating one single massive galaxy that will eventually become the only one visible to us because of the universe's expansion. And that wraps up this video about giant cosmic collisions. As always, I'd appreciate if you would like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay tuned for future content. Thanks and have a great day.